Question: what do women in politics and women in VC have in common? Never thought about this until I've joined this fantastic lunch with some of the biggest power hitters on both sides, both political and venture capital, hosted in Austin. And we realized that the numbers of us in the senior positions are abysmally low in both of those sectors that could not be more different. Yet we know that women make spectacular leaders. And I only need to go as far as COVID to take a look at how wise and how coordinated the response of Germany and New Zealand was that had female leaders at the time compared to the rest of the world, and how monumental issues get overlooked when you're trying to, in good faith, to solve for the problem without having a female at the table. Like, for instance, someone told me at that luncheon about the infrastructure bill that was discussed to encourage getting economy back on track after COVID, that included building new roads, which should be built, but completely excluded providing for the childcare, which I have to wonder, if you're wanting women to show up to work or men to show up to work, where would the kids be if the childcare is unaddressed? My name is Oksana Malysheva. I'm a managing partner at Sputnik ATX, and I'm one of the few women in VC that is in a leadership position. And I've realized that those of us who want to get more women elected could learn quite a few things from what my industry is in the process of learning and what I have learned in this process. The first one was accept your authenticity. Me showing up and being a mom, not being perfect, having an accent, not having a traditional path to here will also signal to women following me that it is okay to be like that as long as you're effective, as long as you stand for something, as long as the results of your firm are representative of your success. I think similar thing could be in politics. Not all politicians should be showing up at the rallies in a stiff navy blue suits with red ties. Our nation looks different. Our workforce looks different. What is appealing and attractive is dramatically different from that image that is completely ingrained in most of us when we think about a politician. The second thing is, I have been exceedingly lucky in my life that I've had fantastic male allies. When you work in an industry that is dramatically male dominated, like VC or like politics, you have to rely on your male allies to open the door. And I think there is a burden on women to go and look for those allies with whom they align and who could become mentors and door openers. And there is a opportunity for men to be those people that will open those doors. Without that, it will never happen. It will not happen in isolation. There is no amount of women movement that could just achieve that all by itself, because it will take all of us to recognize that we arrive at better decision when the dialogue is diverse. The third thing is, let's work on the pipeline. Getting more women to get elected will not happen by decree. And a really important part of getting us to that point in time is deliberately and meticulously building the pipeline, identifying women that could succeed in politics, training them, mentoring them, equipping them with the skills, getting them the right level of exposure and networking will be important. That is how we are beginning to see a lot more women partners raising through the ranks. And that is exactly how we're going to get a lot more senior women getting elected. And lastly, let's not forget about framing. Let's not forget about words. And let's not forget about certain flexibility around how it looks like. So let me talk about words. For instance, when you read the Brookings Institute article that says that women are less likely to endure the rigor of the race, one is, as a woman, I find it deeply insulting, because women are able to endure a lot of remarkable things. And so, like, let's not use that demeaning language. But the second one is, as a woman reading this, if you're researching that, that sends a signal you're not welcome. So words and how we present it to women and to the rest of the world matters. With that, these are just some of the thoughts. These are by no means a solution, but this is an invitation to the dialogue that we as a nation will need to have, because if we want a better future for our kids, if we want a more balanced, more nuanced uh, approach to issues that touch all of us, women have to have equal seat at the table. And that is true in VC, and that is also true in politics.